Welcome to the Baseball Brewhaha. It's your place for obscure baseball trivia. I'm Aaron. That's my twin brother, Adam. Join us today for a cup of coffee. We'll put our baseball knowledge to the test. Adam, what do we got on deck today?
On deck today, we got dingers. We're talking home runs and specifically hitting home runs at a young age. So we have four random players.
Yeah. How we roll.
Chosen at random. Which of these four players hit their first home run at the youngest age?
So this is how we roll. We pick four players out of all of baseball history, and this is how we roll.
That's right.
So stick with us, folks. Put your strap on your seatbelts.
Yeah, fortunately, these are players that we've all heard of. And, so we've got our four players are Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, Derek Jeter, and Hank Aaron.
With their first major league home run at the youngest age.
Yes.
Okay. So part of my thinking here, I'm leaning away from Jackie Robinson and Hank Aaron because they had years in the Negro Leagues before coming into the majors. So that's my initial thought. There. Babe Ruth is an interesting one, as is Derek Jeter. I know Derek Jeter started at a young age. And I don't know how old Babe Ruth was when he broke into the bigs. He played a lot of years. So what are you thinking right here?
Yeah, I'm definitely Jackie Robinson out for sure because I know that he played in the Negro Leagues for quite a while.
Yeah.
And, when he got called up, he was a bit older, baseball age.
Mid-20s.
So, yeah. Jeter, I know, was pretty young and made a pretty quick rise to the bigs after he got drafted. Yeah. So I'm kind of leaning there. Babe Ruth again, yeah, just like you. I don't know how old he was when he started playing. I don't know how old players were back then.
Yeah.
And Hank Aaron, I kind of think maybe just because he played a long time and hit a bunch of home runs.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm ultimately going Derek Jeter, just because I know he was young and had a quick rise to the majors.
I was going that way, but I'm actually going to flip. I'm actually going to go Babe Ruth because I know a lot of younger players broke in earlier back then. So I'm gonna wing it here. I'm going Babe Ruth.
Okay. Big reveal. The correct answer is Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron. No way.
But by a slim margin. He was 20 years old and about 1.5 months, 20 years and 1.5 months. Yeah. Babe Ruth was a very close second at 20 years, 3 months. And then Derek Jeter was 21, and Jackie Robinson, as we suspected, quite a bit older. He was 28 when he hit his first home run.
Wow, 28. Wow, that's older than I would have thought. Unbelievable. Yeah. Well, this is how we roll around here, bro. We're both missing.
That's right. Bro, speaking of home runs.
Yeah.
At a young age, how old were you when you hit your first home run?
So I was thinking about this, and so I'm not going to count T-ball. Okay. I think you and I went double digits in the round trippers, but that's a whole other animal right there. My first one that I recall, at least that was over a fence. I want to say I had to have been 12. I remember we had moved to Garfield, and we were playing in the in our Whitman County Little League tournament, and I remember hitting a a late inning home run off of Jason Seiler for St. John Endicott over the fence. I still have the ball. I think I still have the ball. But I remember throwing my arms in the air and jumping like I just won the World Series, and we were already ahead. And
Yeah.
I felt a little bit like a goon afterwards, but it was the first one I ever hit over a fence. So what are you gonna do? You gotta celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. The one home run that I remember that you hit that stood out to me was in the state tournament our senior year
Yeah.
against Wilbur Creston.
Um, yeah. That I mean,
was
it was against the was it Mossy Rock? Yeah, Mossy Rock that we played
okay.
before that same day.
Oh, okay, yeah. Short porch with the wind blowing out. I remember.
Yeah, so we played at this field, a regional tournament. So it was a neutral site in Medical Lake, Washington. So look it up on the map, folks. Medical Lake, and the dimensions of their field. Okay, the dimensions down the left and right field lines were about 380, dead center 330.
Yeah.
I remember Mitch in that game hit an absolute missile. It couldn't have gone more than 8 feet off the ground, and it got out to center field. He absolutely crushed it, but it was just a frozen rope out to center field. That was a wild day. So, but no, I only had those are the only two that I can remember I actually hit out. Over a fence. Had some inside the parkers and whatnot. But did you?
Yeah.
I was trying to remember if you ever hit any out like over a fence. Did you get any?
I never got to experience that glory. I did not. My first home run that I can remember aside, T-ball not counting. My first home run that I remember was in 5th grade, and we played on a field with no fence, and I hit it over the left fielder's head, and it just rolled. It just kept rolling.
Yeah, and in fifth grade, you're not going to get a cannon out there in left field. That's for sure.
That's right. Yeah. So total distance, I definitely would have cleared a fence.
Yeah.
But it was on the roll for sure.
Yeah. Indeed. Well, that wraps up another episode of the Baseball Brewhaha. Thanks for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow with more baseball trivia. We'll see you then.